Hey, what's going on guys? Welcome back to another Kingdom Hearts video. So Kingdom Hearts fans know that 2021 will be a pretty dry year in terms of Kingdom Hearts content. Tetsuya Nomura himself has stated that in 2021 Kingdom Hearts will be taking a break as far as new releases, which is fair considering we got way more than I was expecting in 2020. We got Kingdom Hearts Remind, which of course we all were expecting, but then much to a lot of people's surprise we got the release of Kingdom Hearts Dark Road and the release of Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory. So yeah, 2020 was a pretty good year as far as new releases for the Kingdom Hearts franchise. While we won't get any new releases in 21, we will of course be getting the regular Union Cross and Dark Road updates. But what I want to look at is actually what's happening in 2022, because Tetsuya Nomura did say he had something special coming up for the 20-year anniversary of Kingdom Hearts in 2022. And with Melody of Memory and KH3 Remind's ending, I think the next game we get in 2022 might actually be Kingdom Hearts 4. And if you want to see more Kingdom Hearts content, make sure you subscribe with notifications on. We're on the road to 1,000 members of the community and it would be great to have you come along for the journey. Also, if you know someone who would enjoy the video, go ahead and share it with them. And now, onto the video. So with the ending of Melody of Memory, we got a ton of information that could lead us directly into Kingdom Hearts 4. I talked about that in an earlier video that explained what new information Melody of Memory gave us, so I'll leave a link to that up top. But in this video, I want to discuss why that could lead to the next game being Kingdom Hearts 4. So first things first, let's talk about Melody of Memory. We know that Riku is going to Quadratum to help find Sora, so of course we have that storyline to go through as well and see how that ties into the new universe and the universe of Unreality. We also know that Mickey is going to Skalad Kylum to look for information on the Ancient Masters. And finally, we do need to know what becomes of Kairi and her training with Aqua. We also do have an entirely new character in Yozora to learn more about, because we do need to know more about his past, what happened in the Verum Rex trailer, and what happened in Remind between him and Sora. All that to say, there were a lot of threads that were introduced in KH3, back cover, and Melody of Memory because we got characters like the Foretellers, Lushu, Yozora, and the Master of Masters. And with Melody of Memory introducing more lore to the series but not really expanding on it, I do think the next game in the series would need to be the one to do that. And when I say expanding, I mean in the sense that we need to find out how the lore introduced in Melody of Memory needs to be applied to existing lore, like how the universe of Unreality will tie into the existing story elements that make up Phase 2. I think the next game we get has to be the one to sort of expand on these threads and get the next phase of the franchise rolling. Kingdom Hearts 3, Remind, Melody of Memory, back cover, and to some extent Dark Road have introduced new lore to us that the series is going to explore. And while it's great to know who's going to be involved and how the stories are going to be set up, I do think the next game we get is going to be the one to sort of update all those at once, which would of course have to be Kingdom Hearts 4. I think the games after that will be the ones to expand more on the individual stories. I think after 2022 we'll start to see games like Kingdom Hearts Verum Rex and other games like that, but before that I think it's important that we get something to update all the storylines and plot points and then branch off from there with individual titles like we've done before. Because while we do have all these plot points that connect to the future of the game, I think it'd be important to actually set up the games themselves before diving into more titles. And even if they'd be skipping over what happened in the year between Remind and Melody of Memory, this wouldn't necessarily be out of left field for the Kingdom Hearts series because of games like Days releasing after Kingdom Hearts 2, or even Birth by Sleep, which is chronologically one of the first games you should play in the series but didn't release until 2010. So going out of chronological order is definitely no stranger to the Kingdom Hearts series. And if we do get to see what happened with the Guardians of Light in that year, if they are individual games, they might take place after the release of Kingdom Hearts 4. And while it is true that we had to wait about 5 to 6 years for Kingdom Hearts 3, I don't think it'll take nearly as long for us to see Kingdom Hearts 4. I know a lot of people have made the meme that we might not see KH4 for decades, but I think we'll see it a lot sooner than people think. Since the team working on Kingdom Hearts 3 switched engines in the middle of development during KH3's development cycle, it makes sense that it took so long since it was revealed to be in development in 2013, but we didn't get the game until 2019. But since Nomura said that Kingdom Hearts games for next-gen consoles like PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X will come in pretty late into the console's lifespan, I think it's safe to assume that future Kingdom Hearts games will be made with the PS4 and Xbox One in mind. So I don't think we'll have the issue of switching engines mid-development. All that to say, I think the next number title we see is something we'll definitely see in a much shorter time frame. All in all though, I do think the next game in the series should be Kingdom Hearts 4 because all the relevant plot points like Subject X, Yozora, the Foretellers, and the Master of Masters do need to be expanded upon a bit more in regards to their effect on our characters before we go into individualized titles. But if you think the next game in the series is going to be KH4 or even something else, let me know down below in the comments. And if you liked the video, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to become a part of the community. And if you want to send me a theory or something that could make it into a future video, make sure you follow me on Twitter or join the Guardians of Twilight Discord. But that's going to be all from me today. This is Moose Wayne, signing off.